Hello everyone, and welcome. Let's dive right in, because today we're kicking off a series on something that I believe can truly change how you see yourself, your past, and your future. It's called the Unity Method, and we're starting with the single most important idea at its core.
Just take a second and really let that land. You are not broken. Now, this isn't just some nice, fluffy affirmation, This is the foundation of this entire way of thinking. It's a pretty radical idea, especially in a world that so often makes us feel like we're a project that needs fixing.
And let's be real here. For so many of us, that feeling of being damaged, of being fundamentally flawed, it's like a shadow that follows us around. It's a story we've been told, and maybe even a story we've gotten really good at telling ourselves. So the real question is, where does that story of brokenness even come from?
Well, it often begins right here, in what I call the prison of labels. See, sometimes the very systems designed to help us can, with the best of intentions, end up locking us into this idea that we're permanently broken. Let's unpack how that actually happens.
Think about it. When diagnostic manuals were first created, they had a really practical job: to give doctors and therapists a shared language to describe a cluster of symptoms. That's it. The goal was never to stick a permanent label on a person's soul, to define who they are forever. But somewhere along the way, in our culture, that description started to feel like a definition, almost like a life sentence.
And you can see this happen in our own language. It's a tiny shift, but the impact is massive. On the left, you've got "I have anxiety." That frames it as an experience, right? Something you're moving through, like having a cold. It's not you. But look at the right. "I am anxious." Whoa. Suddenly that experience has fused with your identity. It's not just a feeling anymore. It's who you are. The label goes from being a helpful tool to being a cage.
And this isn't just about words. The research is crystal clear on this. When we start believing that a label is our core identity, it has very real, very painful consequences. It can create this deep sense of shame. We start worrying about how people will treat us. And ironically, it can even make us pull away from the very help we need, because what's the point if you believe you're permanently damaged and can't ever change? So, okay, if that old story of brokenness is a trap, how do we get out? Well, the Unity Method proposes a completely new story, and it's all grounded in a philosophy of wholeness. And it all begins by asking a totally different question.
For years and years, this has been the question looming in the background of so many therapies and doctors' offices, right? What is wrong with you? It's a question that's on a mission to find the defect, to hunt for the disorder. It starts from a place of judgment.
And here's the pivot. The Unity Method throws that old question out the window. The new question is this: what happened to you? Feel the difference? It's a total game changer. It shifts from judgment to curiosity, from pathology to compassion. It assumes you're not a problem to be fixed, but a person whose experiences have shaped them.
And this leads us to another huge idea. Those things we call symptoms, the anxiety, the anger, the numbness, they aren't evidence that you're defective. Not at all. They are actually brilliant, intelligent, adaptive strategies that your nervous system came up with to help you survive overwhelming situations. They were brilliant solutions to impossible problems.
So we need new language. Let's call them adaptive responses. That panic you feel, it wasn't a flaw. It was your body learning how to be on high alert for danger to keep you safe. That urge to isolate, not a failure. It was a clever way to protect yourself from getting hurt again. These are not signs that you're broken. They are echoes of your own incredible resilience. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds nice, but is it real? And the answer is yes, absolutely. This isn't just some philosophical wishful thinking. It's actually backed up by the concrete reality of our biology, by how your brain is literally wired to work.
This is maybe one of the most hopeful, liberating truths to come out of neuroscience in the last 50 years. Your brain is not set in stone. The idea that you are permanently one way is a myth. A diagnosis is a snapshot in time, not a life sentence. Your brain is not a block of concrete. It's more like a dynamic, living garden, constantly pruning old connections and growing new ones.
And the scientific name for this is neuroplasticity. It's your brain's built-in superpower. Think about it. If stressful or traumatic experiences can literally rewire your brain for survival mode, for dysregulation, then it means that new experiences of safety, of connection, of healing can rewire it right back for balance. Change isn't just possible, it's your biological birthright. So what does all this mean for you right now?
It means that if your brain can physically change and your symptoms are just old adaptations, then you, my friend, have the power to write a completely new story for your life, a story that moves you out of pathology into your own power.
And that journey, that narrative shift, often happens in a few stages. First, we have to let go of that old, heavy story, I am broken. Then, we start to honor what we've been through with a new story, I endured. This simple reframe turns your history from evidence of your damage into a testament to your strength, and from there, we can finally land in the deepest truth. I am whole. Not someday, not after I fix myself, but right now.
Because that's the whole point, isn't it? Healing is not some construction project where you have to fix all your broken parts. It's more like an act of archaeology, gently brushing away all the dust and debris of old stories to remember the wholeness that has been there, underneath it all, the entire time. You're not a problem to be solved, you're a life that deserves to be supported.
So I'm going to leave you with this question to carry with you, a question that I hope opens up a whole new world of possibility for you. If you decided, just for today, to let go of the story that you are fundamentally broken, who might you discover you've actually been all along?